What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of He Said,
She Said,
where real talk meets real vibes.
I'm your girl Bree, bringing you the heart, heat, and a little Latina spicy.
And I'm Taj, coming with the logic, the laughs, and the raw and uncut truth. Let's get into it. So today we're going to be talking about abusive relationships.
Okay.
So abusive relationship. First thing you think? What's the first thing you think?
So the first thing I think when we talk about abusive relationships, for example, let's say someone says, "Oh, I'm in an abusive relationship," I'm going to think like this person is beating you, right? Like physical abuse. That's my number one thing as a woman. Like abuse, like
and that's the
it
typical,
has to be physical, right? Like
right. So sometimes those cries are silent cries and you don't see no physical marks or anything like that.
No,
a lot of times these days, especially with mental health issues and mental awareness being at an all-time high, is emotional abuse. People get emotionally abused, and sometimes they don't even know they're being emotionally abused because they're so attached to the person that.
And then with over time, it kind of just feels like something like habitual, like it's
robotic.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm already used to it pretty much. So you kind of just.
Yep. And if you don't shake out of it, you end up becoming a shell of yourself. You know what I mean? Just to keep this person happy, you won't do certain things or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then, so that's what I'm saying. Like emotional abuse runs deep, and a lot of people deal with it for years. Some people choose to deal with it for the rest of their life.
Yeah, so that's another thing. Why do you think that women who are married and they are in a, domestic violence situation, right? And they choose to stay with this person. It can be vice versa. The woman beats the man, right? But but the question, whoever it is. So let's say they're with their person and this person beats them and they're already married. So why did this person choose to stay with the other person?
All right, because you're hitting, there's two things I'm looking at. You're saying one word that's deep, is that they're married. So based on everything you just said right now, I just want to say, like, if you're not married, then you're a dumbass if you're choosing to stay with somebody that you have no obligation or anything to stay, and they're beating you, you're unhappy. Okay. Now, for the people that take marriage super duper serious, through thick and thin, the way that it's just supposed to be. When you get married, I don't even know the whole thing it says, but if they honor
through
that,
thick and thin, and
then okay, it's understandable when they're sticking it out a little bit longer than a person that's not married.
Yeah, that's
But still, man, you still got to choose your happiness. Marriage do not mean get your ass beat every day.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sorry.
Get emotionally abused every day. Get belittled every day. Like, that ain't marriage. That's not happy marriage. God don't want you to be in a situation where you're unhappy. He will be okay with you leaving something when he knows it's unhealthy for you. If something's killing you, that's almost like going against everything. If you know something's killing you, it's draining you every single day, and you choose to stay, that's almost like suicide. Am I right?
And that's what it is. That's why people get married.
You didn't beat me to near death, but I'm gonna stay with you because I'm married to you. Like, I don't know. That's some 1924 shit to me.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We're in 2025. We have to let that go.
Yeah, and then to be totally honest, like, I understand being loyal to somebody, but be loyal to somebody that's treating you right.
Yes.
Doing the right things by you.
Kudos to that.
And don't just be loyal just to be loyal just because you married this person. Or you married. Sometimes you got forced to marry this person when you were young. And now you feel like I have to stay with this person.
Yeah, maybe you didn't want to get married to this person, but because, you were pregnant or something happened and you were forced to.
Yeah.
So, like,
kids shouldn't be a reason you stay with people either. But we'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah, that'll be another.
We'll get into that on this segment, but it's something that I want to speak on because it kind of bothers me.
No, yeah.
A lot of people paint people that stay in relationships through thick and thin as kind of like some type of hero.
Yes, like, oh, you're fighting so strong to stay with your person.
She's
like,
so strong. She's been through so much.
With
or
this
he's
person.
so strong.
They love each other because everything they've been through. Like, what do you think about that?
I hate it, me personally.
Yeah, honestly, like,
because I
dislike that.
I'm the opposite. I give more credit to the person that has the strength to walk away and choose their happiness over suffering.
Because I feel like it has to take more strength to walk away and be the bigger person. Be that person that everybody's gonna look at like you're being so selfish. Like, why are you not thinking about your kids and how you're gonna hurt them? And it's like No, I'm not being selfish.
Well, and you got to know your greater intention. So, like you said, I think about myself because I know that my natural self is going to want the best for everyone. And I'm going to do what's right for everyone. But that doesn't mean I have to stay here with you to do that.
Yeah. Also, you can't pour from an empty cup. You know, it's like there was no more there. So it's like, okay, I can't. Like now I have to better myself to be able to provide for my family and be a better.
Or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
If you're unhappy in any way, shape, or form, and it has been a longer time you've tried to work it out, sometimes it's better to let it go and move forward.
Exactly.
But
because maybe somebody else will treat that person better. You know, maybe they will find the true love.
Sometimes you holding yourself back from what maybe, you know.
Exactly.
But that's just something that I don't really like is when people paint. So it could be, now if they are staying through thick and thin, like I salute the women. Like for real. I salute the women that stick through it when a person has cancer or broken bones or something like that. That's riding it out. But if he beating your ass and I've been with him through 5 black eyes and 2 bruised lips, that ain't, no.
Okay, that's not what I'm saying either. But what I'm saying is that, yes, like us women, especially coming from like a Latino like background, Mexican, you know, we're very hardcore, like macho man, or like, you know, mi mujer, like, you know, this is my lady and I can do whatever I want with her. And so in my culture, I know that a lot of like the men don't even let their woman drive because they don't want them to be independent enough for them to do their own thing, you know. And then I don't know, I just feel like they like when women are submissive. And the moment that women start fighting back and retaliating, then that's when like hell goes, you know. And then that's when they want to hit the woman to be able to control them.
I was just gonna say that. So control. It all comes back to control, and I already told you how I feel about men that feel the need to control their women. It's obviously they're insecure.
Yeah, for sure.
And they know that typically a man that's so controlling and overbearing on his woman knows that she can do better than him. So he's so tight knit on her and like, I'm not gonna let you do nothing. Because I know that the moment you get any glimpse of who you really are, you finna do better than me. You gonna move on, and that's why like those controlling guys typically are the abusers and they demoralize
the
their
ones
girl.
that can't see you happy, right? I just feel like they're narcissists, you know?
They verbally abuse their girls. You know
try to make them feel so little. Why? Because they're like this small. So it's like
it could be a whole Beyonce, but she don't even know she look like Beyonce because her man, the way he treat her, she thinks she look like, you know, I don't want to say nobody that.
Let's just keep it.
She thinks she look like somebody that don't look good. You know what I mean? So. That's just how he's framing it, how he's painting it. Meanwhile, she step out in the public, she going to the store or something. Men are looking at her like, damn, she's
that's so true.
Gorgeous, beautiful. Like, damn, whoever has her is lucky.
But she don't feel that way.
Exactly.
Because her dude, the person that's, you know, supposed to love her no matter what, is making her feel so small that when she goes out into the public, the real world, like, she feels so small and she doesn't know who she really is. That's what I'm saying. Don't let a relationship define you, especially not like a broken relationship like that. Like, you know,
we got one life to live.
Too many people out there, you know,
to just settle.
No one's stuck. You choose to be stuck, you know. No one's stuck. If you say, oh, I'm stuck, like, feel like I can't, no, like, you're making a decision to stay there. Like, no one's forcing you. No one has a gun in your hand and says, you know what, you need to stay in this relationship. No.
You gotta have that.
There's more out there.
Exactly. You gotta have that in you. You know what I mean? Because there's people that start from scratch, move to whole other countries with
take their
nothing.
Kids with
they got
them.
they outfit that they got on, and they probably wear that outfit the whole first month that they get where they going.
Washed it every 2 days.
Whatever they did, but they make the sacrifice to get to where they want to be, and I bet you they'd be happy as hell throwing on that same outfit they wore the day before versus coming from where they was probably unhappy at.
Exactly.
They chose to choose themselves and create happiness. So
no,
choose you, and don't feel selfish if you choosing you, especially if you know it's for the better of both.
I agree, because I feel like once, you know, the other person does, you know, hit you or whatever happens, and then, you know, you decide you want to leave them, and then they do something, you forgive them, whatever, you get back together. The moment you forgive this person, you're allowing them to do what they did again. Because they know how to get away with it. Like, they're getting away with murder, right? It's like, oh, she forgave me. Like, she'll forgive me again. She already did it once. She's going to do it again.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, once it happens the first time, like, don't forgive them, because best believe it's going to keep happening.
Or if you do forgive them, don't forget. And what I mean by don't forget is keep it in the forefront of your mind that it's very likely to happen again. So watch them with a closer eye. But if you're living like that,
like, do you really want to live like that? Like, are you happy living like that? Like, oh my God, is he gonna go off? Is something gonna trigger him? Like, you're gonna be living like that, and that's not a good way to live.
That's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
When there's people that will treat you like royalty. I don't give a damn if you 1,000 pounds. I don't give a damn if you 10 pounds. There was somebody that would lift your ass up with a pinky, or there's somebody that would pick you up with an AI robot. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, words, like, also, like, going back to emotional abuse, not just physical, right? So words, they go a long way, because people don't forget what you tell them. They can, a bruise if you punch something, or you scratch someone, the injury is going to go away. But the words, when you tell them, those words stay.
Emotional abuse.
Those words stay in your mind forever.
You want to know another?
Remember that.
You hit something right now, because you want to know another thing that people don't think about when you think about emotional abuse, and you say like words, verbal abuse.
Yes.
Non-verbal abuse. Sometimes not
like
talking.
Silence treatment.
Not telling this person these things. Sometimes a person needs to hear reassuring things, or sometimes not giving enough. You can still be emotionally abusing this person, because it's like, I don't know how they feel about me. Like, they don't tell me that they still love me. They already know.
So lack of communication.
And that could make you feel subconsciously like, am I doing everything right?
Like insecure.
Like making them happy.
What's going on?
Now you questioning, like,
because
before you used to always tell me this. You used to always tell me that.
I'm gonna tell you that if before he was giving you all his attention, and now he's not, like, is somebody else getting this attention that I'm not getting?
Right.
So what's going on? Is there someone else in the picture?
Right.
Like,
it makes you think,
but you don't know,
and it can totally be nothing.
Exactly.
Right. So now you didn't verbally or mentally put some stuff in your head, and this man probably just tired as hell.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But he just.
But tell us, communicate.
He's not muscling up the strength enough to at least tell you, like, hey, I'm tired, but I still see what you're doing. I appreciate you. I love you.
Yeah.
Like, that little shit matter. People overlook those things because they think once they got somebody, they got them.
Yeah.
Like, when we live together, you're mine.
No, that's not how it is anymore.
And you gotta earn that person every single day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a privilege to have a human being. We're human beings.
Yeah, sharing life with you,
it's
right?
a privilege to have a person giving their time to you. That's a privilege. So if you just taking it for granted, it could get taken away from you. You know what I mean? So, like.
And I love that you just said that, because I learned that about you. Because one time you had said something, you were like, what do I give somebody that already has everything? And then we were talking about that, and we were like, time and affection. Because, that's priceless. You can't, you can't get that back.
Yep.
So it's like, what do you give somebody that already has everything? Your time.
Yep.
If anything.
So, we know you can be mentally abused. Verbally, mentally, emotionally, physically. In no instance of abuse should you stay, and just take that serious. And in no instance should you stay outside of actually wanting to be with the person. So we kind of hit on it earlier about kids and all that. If you have kids, that shouldn't be the only reason you with somebody.
No, I'm sorry.
Everybody that has kids has the intent on raising their kids the right way, both parents. You know what I mean? But life happens.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't base that happening off of, like, I gotta stay with this person for the rest of my life because I have kids with them, and now I'm miserable for the rest of my life because I have kids with them. So it all goes back to the same thing.
Yeah.
I gotta get beat every day because I chose this person,
and I chose to have my family united together.
Yeah.
Like, for what? Like, no, you should not care about what anybody has.
Move on.
Yeah, exactly.
The choices go either way.
Like, why? No, I just want to know, why do people choose to stay with this person after all this? Like, why?
Why, if you're not happy? It's so simple to me.
Like, maybe back in the day, I get it, like their values and traditions and, their principles, and that's how it was back in the day, like we mentioned. But, like, no, we're in 2025 now, like, where we have the choice. You have the choice, You don't have to stay there. I'm sorry. That's what I have to say.
Now,
with love, but
I promote
like
good, healthy relationships. I like to see people happy. I like to see monogamy. I don't promote, people out here having multiple relationships.
Yeah.
If that's your thing and you happy, then I'm happy for you too. Because if you got multiple girls or multiple guys and you're happy authentically, you know what I mean? And
maybe that's your life.
And then I'm happy for you. But if you know in your head you're not happy, then move around. That's all.
So yeah, guys, that's it for today's show. Please tune in tomorrow where we will be diving into a debate that every couple faces. Should your partner have the password to your phone and your location?
As always, two voices, one vibe every day. Have a good night, y'all.